Hello everyone, this is Billy, and I'm going to talk to you guys today about velocity. So what is velocity? Velocity is called speed in a direction, which is measured in meters per second. Velocity is a physical vector, and it's also how far an object travels in a direction over time. The equation for velocity, when given its displacement in time, is delta x, so the change in the x direction, over the time it takes for that object to move in the x direction. What's the difference between speed and velocity? Well, speed is only counted in the positive direction, while velocity can be both measured negatively and positively. So what does velocity look like on a graph? The velocity on a time graph over position is the slope of that line. And what is it, the average velocity? The average velocity is delta x over delta t. So the change in the object in the x direction in the time it takes it, or the change in the time. So let's try some examples out. Here's one. So Tom ran 400 meters in 75 seconds. What's his velocity? So first, we should write our equation, which is velocity equals delta x over t. And then we'll plug in what we know from the equation, from the word problem into the equation. So we know what delta x is, which would be 400 meters, since Tom ran 400 meters in the x direction, and we would divide that by the time it took him, which was 75 seconds. So then we would divide that out and find out that his average velocity would be 5.3 meters over second. Let's do another one. So Tom ran on a 100-meter track. He started at 40 meters and ended at 70 meters, and he did it in 5 seconds. What's his velocity? So, like in the last problem, we should write our equation first, which is velocity equals delta x over t, and then we'll find out our known variables and plug them into the equation. So if he started at 40 meters and ended at 70 meters, then we would subtract 70 from 40 to find how far he ran, which would be 30 meters, and we would divide it by the time it took him, which is 5 seconds. And we find out that his average velocity would be 6 meters over seconds. And that's all I have for you, and I hope you learned some more about velocity. Thanks.